get yourself settled in.
Yeah, I gotta.
This is all pod, baby.
Oh yeah, I hope so, man. I hope this is on. That's the process, dude.
That's what people don't see. They're a little behind the scenes here. All right. Yeah, dude. Dude. Damn, we're not ready.
No, we have to do it, though.
There's very few places that go into a neighborhood that make it worse.
Well, Popeyes.
Popeyes is one.
Delicious as it is, you're like, it's not a great sign for the neighborhood we're coming here. Like, so what else would you put in that? McDonald's?
Oh, well, I've stated my thesis on McDonald's before here. I don't know if I've ever shared with you.
What's your thesis on McDonald's?
The worse the neighborhood, the better the McDonald's.
Oh, that's fucking interesting.
It's an inverse correlation between the two.
Yeah.
Higher murder rates equal better quality McDoubles.
When you go to McDonald's, what is like the go-to? Like, what are you a breakfast guy? Or are you like everything else?
I'm an everything guy.
Yeah.
Everything they're doing is A+.
They figured out fast food. No one does it like McDonald's. It's not my favorite, but it is the best.
It is fast food.
Yeah, when like in parts of the country, you'll be like, it's like saying I want a Coke when you want a soda. It's like I want McDonald's. It's like I just want fast food.
Yeah, is Texas one of those? Can I take a Coke? And they're like, what type?
The big thing,
Sprite.
The big thing in Texas is Dr. Pepper.
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah, so if anything, there are probably parts of Texas where people say, "Can I get a Dr. Pepper?" But
meaning all sodas.
I would imagine so. Not where I'm from. Well, that's where it's from, like the middle of nowhere, Texas.
Well,
so
I know
like,
that. Yeah.
So that it's like the big thing, and you go like 3-4 hours west of Dallas, you're in the middle of nowhere. You know,
I don't even know what that is. New Mexico?
Nope, you're about 9 hours from New Mexico.
Really?
The halfway point between Dallas. So when you drive from the east coast of Texas, you're driving straight east, you cut it through Louisiana, then you would find yourself on the eastern border of Texas. And then from the eastern border of Texas, you're about 4 hours from Dallas.
Okay.
And then from Dallas to El Paso, which is the far west, it's about 12 hours.
That's 12 hours?
Ish, yeah. If I remember correctly. I also could be, like, I
Stoned.
built it up in my head to be a little, like, more intense.
Also could have been under the influence.
Yeah, when I was 9. When I moved to Texas, that was always, like, the big thing in Texas. Like, when we moved there, we were like, it's so big, if you were to drive to L.A., the halfway point's still in Texas. Which is
Really?
true. Which is true, but also, like, the people of Texas are all they have in some parts of Texas is how big Texas is. That's all they got.
There's not
you
much
know?
else.
It's like someone with a big truck, you know? It's like, what are you overcompensating for?
Which is the same person.
Yeah, it honestly is. What percentage of like oversized trucks do you like, not like semis or whatever, but like F-350s by people, like driven by people who don't need that big of a truck, live in Texas?
Well, this is a stupid question. Are they all hauling stuff?
No, I mean,
Like, what's their occupation?
I mean, like, explicitly, like, people who you're like, you don't need, like, an F-250, an F-350. Like, kids at my high school would drive F-350s. Like, you live in the suburbs, like, you just want to, like, kind of just drop your balls on the table and try
Oh, you mean all of Texas?
I just mean, like, across the United States. So let's say there are, like, 100,000 F-350s being driven in the U.S. right now. What percentage of those do you think are in Texas?
Oh, what percentage of those? 30.
30%? 20.
Call us in.
20. Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Because, I mean, 30 might actually, like, so that's 30,000 of this. I kind of like it. Let's say 25. Let's meet in the middle here.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Let's do it. Let's meet in the middle. Because, I mean, there is a lot of farms in the South. And then, like, the whole western United States before you get to, like, California is, like, you know, but
it's just one big pickup truck.
Yeah.
It's just one big Whataburger. What is Whataburger?
Yeah, have you ever had Whataburger?
No.
He's never had what? Dude.
Yeah. I'm from fucking civilization.
Whataburger is Texas's response to McDonald's. So
Oh,
it's
I thought you were gonna say the vaccine.
the vaccine. Yeah. We didn't get the vax. We got spicy ketchup from Whataburger, dude.
They got spicy ketchup.
Dude, their spicy ketchup is the best form of ketchup, in my opinion.
Well, it's also the only form of spicy ketchup. Who's selling spicy ketchup?
Depending on which supermarkets you go to, you can buy Whataburger spicy ketchup.
Well, in Texas, yeah, I
Yeah,
can
they
imagine
sell
that.
them in jars
Yeah, I
and
can't
shit
go to
now.
fucking Whole Foods and get Whataburger ketchup.
They're actually, I know a place in Bushwick where if we wanted to go to Bushwick right now, I could get you Whataburger spicy ketchup.
I'm so okay.
Dude, you would love Whataburger, though.
I'm sure I would. I heard the burger is mediocre. I have heard that.
I think the burger's pretty good. Their best thing is breakfast, in my opinion. Their best breakfast item,
Texas toast?
honey butter chicken biscuit.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking amazing. And now
All four of those words are amazing.
honey butter chicken biscuit. What like could go wrong? And get this, now
Well,
they
diabetes.
have the cholesterol, baby.
That's the worst.
Besides that, the ride is smooth. They now have a spicy honey butter chicken biscuit.
Why not?
Fuck it, dude. It's the honey butter chicken biscuit. They do Whataburgers are typically 24 hours a day. They do from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. breakfast.
Interesting.
So really, it's for like stoners and drunks
And nurses.
but
That's what I
there's
was gonna
also
say.
like the truckers and the driving through Texas got to get there.
It's oh fuck! I had a
in
thought.
Texas we call them HBCBs,
HBCBs?
honey butter chicken biscuits.
Oh, honey butter chicken biscuits.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I was gonna say. I like how Whataburger, that's the biggest center of innovation, and if it drops below 40 degrees, you have no electricity in your state.
That's true. But also, we put a man on the moon from Houston. Houston, we have a problem. So you know what I mean. Texas. They
from
flew.
Florida, was it
Well,
not?
Command centers in Houston,
Right.
But the launch sites in Florida.
Yeah, you guys are just customer service to space.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're just like, yeah, you look good. Yeah, we can see you from here.
Oh, what's the problem? Okay, unplug it and replug it in.
Yeah, we can't get to you. So, you know what I mean? Like, you're on your own.
Here's something I think might have been invented in Texas. You tell
Yeah.
me. Tupperware.
It feels Texas.
That feels Texas,
That
right?
feels, it was invented barbed wire. How often do you
That's
use
the
barbed
least
wire?
surprising thing of all time.
Do you still use barbed wire? Yeah, dude. All
Yeah.
the time.
Do the women still have that tattooed on their on their bicep? Yeah, you better believe it.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff. Tupperware does seem Texas-y. I wish I had my phone on me. I'd look that up.
Tupperware seems very Texas.
Tupperware. I know I'm blanking on stuff because Texas history. Did you have to take New York history?
Yeah, but there's so much to cover.
Yeah.
What of the Erie Canal? We spent a lot of time on the Erie Canal.
What's the Erie Canal?
You know what the Erie Canal is?
Is that, I'm guessing, some sort of canal that connects to Lake Erie upstate?
This kid.
I'm fucking
This
inquisitive.
kid's not bad.
Yeah.
Lake Erie. Is it technically upstate? Yeah, I guess so.
Or
'cause
West
they kind of
New
extend,
York or
Western
whatever
New
the
York.
fuck.
If you take the Hudson River all the way up to Albany, it eventually stops, but then it cuts west
Yeah.
to the Erie Canal.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's a man-made canal that attaches to Lake Erie. So you could do and that's what
Lots of
expanded us
shipping
westward,
and-
like America
Oh,
westward.
like the Manifest Destiny kind of like
Got
follow
you
the
into a-
Hudson as far as it goes kind of
Exactly.
thing.
You got into, you could go to Montreal, you could go to Ohio if you want. Don't know why. Connects to the Mississippi.
Yeah, what like Ohio, what do they bring to the table?
My girlfriend's family's from Ohio.
Is that why you have playbills and stuff here? You don't seem like a theater guy to me.
Yeah, we saw.
He has
What,
a playbill for Beetlejuice right
Beetlejuice.
there, and then in the hallway you had a cup from Wicked.
Yeah, sorry, Dad, I'm gay.
This guy loves theater, dude.
I go to theater like Hardy goes to movies.
Yeah. Do you go a lot?
No, that was for my girlfriend's birthday, the Beetlejuice, and then my mom and sister just went to Wicked last week.
Oh, and you got to keep the cup.
So they got 2 drinks each. Don't bring up the price.
$100.
Yeah, that was $100 price. Yeah, for 4 drinks. And
Stupid.
they wanted to keep all 4 cups, so they were like, "Oh, give one to your girlfriend." I was like, "I don't think
Yeah,
She would want a cup, but I took it.
Yeah, fair enough. You know,
So that's it.
you could make it your spit cup when you start dipping when you move to Texas.
Oh yeah, can't come soon enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just apply to JV football jobs in Texas.
If you became a football coach in Texas, I would start a family in Texas in that town and have my kids be coached by you.
Yeah, well, they might not make the team.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's that's the way the world works.
There's a TikTok JV football coach in Texas.
Yeah.
And he walks you through his day. It's my favorite TikTok account.
Really?
It's he's selling supplements, like workout supplements
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
It's he's like teaching social studies. He's like, social studies is fucking gay. So I
Yeah.
was studying film. I was like, yes.
When I was in 8th grade, our head football coach was the oceanography teacher.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, was
You
it?
don't have. Oh, you have oceans in Texas.
Oh yeah, we have the Gulf.
Yeah,
the Gulf of
Gulf.
Mexico. You know, I've never been, but I hear it sucks. I was
That's
born in
Texas.
Florida, so we would just go to Florida if we were going to the beach.
That makes
You know,
sense.
we have a lot of family there and stuff.
Right.
Florida and Texas are kind of like cousins of like trash in a lot of ways. I feel like, is that fair?
That's very fair.
Yeah, like
It's like bananas and plantains.
yes, exactly. You're like, there's something different here, but they're similar enough where you're like, the fuck is going on? You know, like
Right.
What parts of Florida have you been to?
Lake Worth.
Oh yeah, how's Lake Worth?
That's where my grandparents lived in a trailer park.
Yeah, snowbirds or full time?
Full time.
I'm guessing that's like central Florida.
It's by Boca
Oh,
Del
so
Rey
South
Beach.
Florida. Okay.
I've been to Miami.
Yeah.
handful of
Do you
times.
like Miami?
I'm not a club guy.
Yeah, me
You're not a
neither.
Miami guy.
No, I used to live in Miami. Well, Miami like suburbs and stuff, like Fort Lauderdale area. I lived there for
Okay.
a couple
I've been
years.
to Hollywood, Florida.
I used to live right. That was like our neighboring town, Hollywood, Florida.
That's garbage.
It's a sad place.
When we were flying, I went for work. When we were flying, I was with my buddy.
Why'd you go to Hollywood? What work do you do in Hollywood,
It was
Florida?
an anti-money laundering conference.
Oh.
Because if any place is gonna launder money, it's
How
the
else-
Hard Rock.
Yeah. Oh, that's where the Hard Rock is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
in Hollywood, Florida. Yeah, that's the first casino I've ever been in.
That's not surprising.
I was 7 or 8, and it just opened up. And our grandparents came to town. And we were like, we gotta show them the Hard Rock Casino.
Yeah, that's what we got. New York has the Statue of Liberty, and Hollywood, Florida has the Hard Rock guitar.
Yeah, it was like shaped like a guitar. We were like, this is so cool. And my mom, my grandma, and me, my brother, and my sister walked the casino floor. And just, that was the first time I saw a casino.
All of you smoking cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, that was the first time I smoked Marlboro Red, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
got
nothing but class.
started, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mom handed it to me, and she ripped the filter off. And she said, you're not a bitch. Yeah, she was like, you think we use filters? We're fucking Ballews.
Yeah, I bet you're fucking uncircumcised too. Your mom likes it old school.
We got circumcised. My parents regretted it. Made me and my brother get circumcised again.
Wait, is that
Like
true or
you
not?
can regrow the foreskin.
Wait. Are you serious or are you not?
Well, it's like I did not regrow my foreskin, but
Okay.
there's like a community of like men who like
Oh, yeah,
you know what
I
I
know
mean, like
that.
that weird kind of like fringe dude thing.
Did you know this? Did you know this? The Seminole tribe
Mm-hmm.
owns Hard Rock Casino.
All of them or just that one?
All of them.
Really?
How about that?
Do you think they've met Mick Jagger? Do you think like because you know?
The whole tribe?
Yeah, like do you think like that the heads of the tribe like bring in Mick Jagger?
I would say the heads of the tribe have met. Are there heads or head?
it's a good question.
I have a big Native American audience. Call us in.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know.
Yeah,
Educate us.
Send us a smoke signal.
Yeah, please. Let us know. Like you can messenger bird or however you choose.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, Cassell, no, do a rain dance. Bo, your family lives in the Pacific Northwest now?
Speaking of rain dances.
Hey.
Yeah, my brother moved to Portland during COVID with some friends.
He's a Dem.
What?
Dem?
Dem?
Yeah.
Dem.
Democrat.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Whole family loud and proud, dude. Fun.
Oh, that's why you left.
Yeah.
It wasn't voluntary.
Yeah, it was me, I voted for Mitt Romney in 2012 in the presidential election, and people always give me shit for it. It was in Texas. The coolest thing you could do was vote for Mitt Romney in 2012. I was like the only one of my friends who was old enough to vote.
Yeah.
It was like I voted for Romney. I bought an American flag that day and hung it up on my wall. It was the coolest thing I could have done.
Then you went to church after with your frat.
Oh yeah,
I hear
yeah. I was in high school, so I wasn't in a frat yet, but we tried. You know.
Yeah. I feel like Texas high schools have frats. Did you have an outdoor high school? I just found out these are real.
No, mine was all indoors. But my middle school had like, I guess they're like trailers that you empty out and put like a classroom in, and you'd walk outside and like go to the trailer for like a class, like home ec or something.
What?
Yeah, not a trailer. I don't know what they call it, but like it's not like a proper building. They kind of like just build these like extensions outside, like put little like hubs where like a class is.
Yeah, that's a trailer.
Yeah, a trailer. Yeah.
Your high school had middle school? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Middle school, yeah.
Your middle school had trailers?
Yeah, there was one class in my 6th grade. I don't know if it's still there. I think they might have expanded the school since then. It might have been a temporary solution to
That's
like
what a trailer is.
Yeah, but like
a temporary solution.
unless that's all you can afford.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Shout out my grandparents in Lake Worth.
Yeah, it's probably pretty nice though.
No.
Well, Lake Worth?
Oh, Lake Worth? No. It was
Oh,
featured
fuck.
on Gangland twice.
Oh, hell yeah. The Apples are killing it, dude.
Literally.
Yeah, the Gangland feature was on the old gangs of Lake Worth, and it was like your parents.
I watched Gangland in my grandparents' I was going to say apartment.
Yeah,
Which was
come on.
trailer.
Yeah.
I watched it in their trailer, and I saw the movie theater we went to that morning.
Really?
Yes. That shouldn't happen.
No, that was probably a bit of a mind fuck. How old were you?
I'm going to say in the like 9 to 11.
Did it freak you out? Were you like scared when you were
I didn't really
Why
realize.
were you watching Gangland?
I watched Gangland, yeah.
Really? When you were like 9?
Yeah. I'm a big like crime. I watch Cops all the time.
Oh yeah, well Cops is fun.
Cops is fun, yeah. But then I wasn't a big Gangland guy. It's probably like the second, third time I ever watched it, and I was like, oh.
Hey.
There you go. The I-95 boys, if you guys want to check it out.
I-95.
Yeah.
The other day I was bored at work and I looked up the route of I-95 just out of curiosity. I was like, where else does this go? It goes to Canada. I had no idea.
Yeah. What?
I knew it was like a big road, but I for some reason I-95 popped in my head. I was like, where does this go?
Yeah, the whole
East Coast, all the way up to Canada.
There we go. All right.
I was like, wow, pretty cool.
Okay. Fucking weird.
You don't get bored at work and just find yourself in like a weird like Wikipedia rabbit hole or whatever that like.
No, I'm trying to make money.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
My job is very task oriented. Okay,
that's clear.
So I have a lot of downtime, lots of figuring out where the roads go or what flight routes look like or how long does it take to take a train somewhere, you know?
Yeah, you're like you're studying for the autism test where they're like, just draw all the routes.
Yeah, I can do all of Florida and I can do up to the Mid-Atlantic. I'm not all the way. I can't do quite the Northeast yet.
You're working your way up
I'm
there.
figuring it out.
Well, you know, it is a spectrum.
Yeah. You're on it too, brother.
Oh, listen, boy, am I.
Yeah, dude. We're all on it.
That's it.
Act accordingly.
So Portland.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my dad got a job out there like 2 weeks after my brother moved out there. So now my parents live out there too.
Interesting. On purpose?
Well, it was during COVID. My dad lost his job, and then he got a job out there.
What did your dad do?
He works in alcohol sales and distribution and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're a big booze family.
I got my buddy Jack does that. Shout out, Jack.
What's up, Jack?
Shout outs. Wait, how do you lose your job in liquor sales in Texas?
Well, in Texas, his company got bought out. And then,
that's gonna do it.
And then when they moved to Chicago, so my parents, since I've been alive, have lived in Florida, Orlando, Miami, Dallas, Chicago, now Portland.
Wait, they were in Chicago before Portland?
Yeah, they moved to Chicago when I was in college.
Why?
Because my dad's company got bought out, and then he got a new job.
So they just constantly keep getting bought out?
It's like diet military family type moving, you know? Like
No.
yeah. I haven't moved around quite as much to be an Army brat, but I've moved around a good bit.
Your dad has flashbacks like a fucking Nam vet.
Yeah, like it's Apocalypse Now. It's like,
Did you ever have to price Josh wine to a pizzeria?
But yeah, so I've been, I only did Florida and Texas with them. After Texas, I was like, it's my time to go. You guys have fun in Chicago. But Chicago, I went to Chicago like a month ago, 2 months ago maybe. Like the best, dude. Have you ever been to Chicago?
Never been. Heard great things.
You would love Chicago, dude.
I heard it's a clean New York.
It is. It's clean New York. I love like the food and drinking culture of Chicago. Do you know the movie Leaving Las Vegas?
No.
It's this movie where Nicolas Cage wants to commit suicide, so he goes to Vegas to drink himself to death.
Is that a movie or a documentary?
Maybe a little both.
There you go.
So when I was in Chicago, I was like, if I were to ever leaving Las Vegas myself, I'd be in Chicago.
Real interesting.
Because I'd put a little more emphasis on food than I think he did in Vegas. You know,
but what do they have there? They have deep dish, but deep dish apparently is a fucking tourist thing.
Deep dish is good. I had deep dish when I was there. I wanted to try it because I had it. My parents lived in the suburbs, and we'd maybe go to the city for like an afternoon when my parents lived there. But I hadn't really done the city, so it's like I want to get deep dish. So I brought my laptop and worked from a deep dish restaurant and like ate deep dish while working. It was fucking good.
So fucking garbage.
I had a work call.
I think it's going to be on mute for this one.
Camera off, dude. On mute. I was just eating deep dish pizza. Deep dish pizza, it's fucking good.
It's a pie.
Yeah, it's like a thick pie. It's almost like it's a very different experience than like eating the New York pizza. The New York pizza is what I'd want to, if I could only have one, I would go New York. It's a bit more digestible and like accessible. You can walk and eat whatever. The deep dish pizza, you gotta sit down, and it's gonna ruin the rest of your day. and it did. And it did. It was me and a buddy of mine, Pierce Morton, if you know him.
I remember Piers Morton.
Yeah, and we got.
Isn't he British?
He's half, I think. He's all over the place. I don't know what the fuck he is.
What was he doing in Chicago?
We went and did stand up.
Oh, there you go.
It was me, Pierce, and Connor Dixon.
Connor Dixon, of course.
Yeah, he's
Is he from there?
He's from Chicago.
Yeah.
So he kind of shamaned us through like Chicago. There's this great bar in Chicago. You would love it. It's called Sluggers.
Okay,
It's like-
Wrigleyville?
Wrigleyville. You know it?
I know what's going on.
Oh yeah, he knows. You've never been, but you know it. Okay.
Carbondale?
I don't know Carbondale.
That's a town, though.
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Or as they call it, a village, maybe. I don't know. They get weird like that in the Midwest. They call it villages and stuff. Like my parents lived in the village of Libertyville when my parents lived.
It's a good town name.
The village of Libertyville.
If you're going to move from Texas anywhere, you're going to move to fucking
Libertyville in name is the closest you can get to a Texas town in
Yes.
the Midwest. That's why my parents did it. They were like, it sounds like Texas.
It's pretty good. It's pretty close.
This is as close as it's going to get, brother. And Libertyville is like, the Chicago suburbs are so fucking like sprawling. Libertyville is like an hour, 45 minutes or an hour. If you were to train into the city for work, it'd be like an hour and a half commute on the train.
Really?
Yeah.
They got trains out there?
Not like, yeah, but like big double-decker trains. Kind of like if you were at MetLife and you took the train back into the...
I just did it.
Yeah. I did it last time when I was at MetLife. I went to the Cowboys-Giants game. Pretty easy getting back to the city.
The Monday night game?
Yeah,
I was there.
You were there?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I was there too.
Coach's suite.
Oh, wow.
Shout out
Look
Mike
at you.
Caprito.
You're classy in Jersey, huh?
Yeah, well, someone's got to be.
Yeah, you bring it. Okay.
There we go. Shout out his dad's ex-client, Jew. Couldn't go because it was Yom Kippur.
Oh, so you lucked out a little bit, huh? You weaseled your way in.
That's right. And one of the wives had COVID. Shout out to him.
Yeah, COVID, Jewish. Rich Apple's at the game. Wow,
there you go.
Yeah.
China plus Jew equals me eating
eat chicken wings in Newark. Not Newark, the Meadowlands. My
all the
mistake.
shellfish possible.
Yeah, dude. Do you like that stadium?
No.
No. I thought I was gonna hate it because everyone fucking hates that stadium here. Everyone fucking I didn't mind it. I thought it was nice. I thought it lacked character.
It lacks character.
But it's not like a bad stadium. But it's like kind of like it doesn't feel like Giant Stadium or whatever, you know?
Right. Well, yeah, if you grow up here, every stadium had so much history and culture.
Yeah.
And now they just erased it all with all this bullshit blandness.
Thanks, Jerry Jones.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Are you more of a Yankees? You're probably a Mets guy, right?
Yankees.
Yankees, okay.
Yeah.
Do you like the new Yankee Stadium?
No.
No. What about the Mets Stadium?
I like City over
Yeah.
the new Yankees.
City's cool, I think. City's
It
like
is.
my favorite in the city, I think.
Besides MSG, I'll agree.
Yeah, I guess like outdoor kind of stuff. I've yet to go to a sporting event at MSG. I want to though. I've been to concerts and stuff there. I've been to Barclays a couple times.
Barclays is good.
It's okay.
It's good for concerts.
Yeah, I went for a hockey game and it was like all off center.
It was the worst.
It's a terrible. They don't play there anymore, do they?
No, they built their own stadium.
Oh, and out kind of back in Long Island,
Right on the border of Queens and Nassau County.
Oh, okay.
So that's a nice stadium.
Yeah.
Saw My Chemical Romance there over the summer.
Wow, you're an MCR guy, huh?
Gigantic MCR guy.
What's your all-time favorite band?
My Chemical Romance?
My Chemical Romance?
Or Coheed and Cambria.
Or what?
Coheed and Cambria.
I don't know that one.
Really?
No.
Okay, that's
Same kind of vibe.
Yeah, they were huge in the early mid 2000s.
My Chemical Romance. Did they do like a song for one of the Transformers movies?
That's Linkin Park.
Oh, that's Linkin Park. My Chemical
Another great
Romance. They did a cover of Bob Dylan's "Desolation Row."
Yes.
For the Watchmen movie.
That's exactly
That's
what
what
they
it
did.
was.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a Bob Dylan song until like 2 years ago.
That's a weird way to know My Chemical Romance.
Well, because I read the book, the Watchmen comic book, when I was like in 8th grade. And it's like my all-time favorite book. So I was like obsessed with like the movie and everything dealing with it.
That's so... The Black Parade. My Chemical Romance.
I almost said White Wedding.
No, what?
That's Billy Idol.
Yeah, that's Billy Idol.
Yeah, I never got into it. All that like angsty kind of sad teenager shit like went over my head when I was like,
No, baby.
I was into like pop country.
Hunter
And-
Hayes?
Toby Keith.
Oh.
Like that kind of like the wannabe outlaw, kind of like Johnny Cash, like Willie Nelson, trying to
Okay.
bring it to the new, like that, because that was like my parents aren't like huge music people, so it was just kind of whatever's on the radio,
Okay.
and
That
they
makes
took
sense.
a liking to like country radio, so we kind of all. I think my first concert was Shania Twain.
Texas.
That was in Florida, actually. That was before I
Really?
moved to Texas. That summer we saw where the Florida Panthers play. We saw Shania Twain, and we saw the American Idol tour the year that Ruben Studdard won.
Oh, season 2 with Clay Aiken.
Yeah, season 2. Clay Aiken and Ruben Studdard. Got to see him at the American Idol tour.
Boy, if I was a fly on the wall, I'd pay infinite amount of money for that concert.
That
right
wasn't. Oh, dude, it'd be so funny. Bo Bice? No, Bo Bice was a later year.
now. No,
wasn't
yeah,
he?
Bo Bice was like season 5.
I
What are you
loved Bo
doing?
Bice, dude.
Yeah, of course you did.
It's
Same
Bo
name.
Ballew, Bo Bice.
Yeah,
You have to.
I
root
knew
for
that
him.
was your thought because you're a fucking. That's exactly. You're like, that's my name.
Yeah, gotta root for him. But my first 2 concerts were those. So country
Okay.
music was huge for me, just because I didn't really know what else was out there. And then in like middle school, this was in Texas, I heard some kids talking about like the Beatles, and I was like, I want to listen to the Beatles. So I went to the public library in my hometown. And I got 3 CDs to burn onto my iTunes. You know how you could do that? Like upload the CD in and then just upload the tracks rather than like buy the album on iTunes.
Well, hold on. You heard about the Beatles when you were
Well,
in high school,
it was
and then you
7th
went
or
to
8th
your
grade.
local library to listen to them?
Well, I heard some kids talking about the Beatles, and I was like, I knew who they were, but I was like, I want to listen to the Beatles. I want to try it. Because like all these kids were talking about it. So I went to the library and I got 3 CDs. I got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. I got the Bon Jovi CD Living on a Prayer, because that's my dad's favorite band. In high school, one time, my dad and I were in the car, and I was trying to make conversation. I was like, "Dad, what's your favorite band of all time?" He's driving. He's like, probably Bon Jovi. And I was so bummed.
Your dad is a Florida native who's a Bon Jovi
He's a
fan.
Georgia native.
A Georgia native
Who's a Bon
whose
Jovi
favorite
fan.
band is Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
And he's not a Republican?
Well, he was until Trump.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
he
you
was
go.
until Trump, and then he quit being a Republican.
There you go.
And then I got Sgt. Pepper's, I got Bon Jovi, and I got Toby Keith Greatest Hits. And thankfully, the Beatles one was the one that took. You know, can you imagine the person I'd be if Bon Jovi took? I'd be here in leather right now. You know,
You'd have another septum piercing.
yeah, and I'd have a septum. I'd have my eyebrow pierced at that point, dude. My hair would be hairsprayed and like a mullet. It'd be awesome.
Dude, have you ever been to a New Jersey wedding?
No.
Oh, they sing Bon Jovi like
Living on a Prayer.
like Texans say the Pledge of Allegiance. They yell it.
Oh my God.
Bon
dude.
Jovi's God in New Jersey,
Oh,
as well as Bruce Springsteen.
To me, this is how I've understood it. Bruce Springsteen is God. Bon Jovi's like Jesus. He's like the number 2. To me,
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen is Jersey. As someone who's never lived in Jersey, that's my perception of it.
I think it's just like for my parents, they would say Bruce.
Yeah.
But for my cousins who are like late 30s,
They would say
40s,
Jovi?
They would say Jovi.
Okay. Because Jovi, where's he from in Jersey?
Oh, I don't know.
Springsteen's a North Jersey guy, right? Or is he the Shore?
From my understanding, he's from the Shore and more central Jersey. But that brings up the argument if there is a central Jersey.
What do you think? Where do you fall?
I don't know. I don't think I'm qualified to give my opinion on that because I'm from Long Island.
As someone from Texas, I don't think Jersey's big enough to have a central Jersey.
Here's the thing, though. Jersey's the most densely populated state. And you can tell
That's a good point,
where
too.
someone is from in Jersey just
That's
by their
true.
demeanor.
Yeah.
So, but like Central Jersey, I don't know if that has a culture. South Jersey does. North Jersey does.
Uh-huh. The cultures of the two, let's, for argument's sake, say just two halves. Let's just stick with North and South. South Jersey is very like Philly.
Yes,
And then
yes,
North
yes.
Jersey is like very like New York. So it's like funny how like the state, if divided in two, just like took on the culture of the biggest city closest to that half of the state.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's really wild. Like and Philly and New York are very different culturally from my experiences in both too. But also similar in a lot of ways, I think.
Yeah, it depends. You have to get like real working class to start seeing the differences.
Yeah.
You know, like New York. Well, I should say like Philly has like tomato pie. It's like a big thing there.
Tomato pie. What's
Tomato
that?
pie. It's a cold. What's the best way to describe it?
It's like cold pizza.
Call us in, but with no cheese.
Ugh, I don't like that.
It's just tomato sauce on bread.
Is it like thick, like a deep dish, or is it like a?
It's like somewhere. It's not a deep dish. It's not thin. I
don't
don't
like
really
that.
know how to describe it.
I'm not into that.
Yeah, but that's what's going on with tomato. Like that's a big part of Philly.
That's weird.
This is what I don't like about Philly. Their biggest, like, they love Rocky. They have a statue of Rocky.
And he's fake.
Yes.
I think that kind of says everything you need to know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You had the option of Ben Franklin. You had the Liberty Bell that's still there.
you
could have made it.
Donovan McNabb. you
Yeah,
know?
that's garbage. You had the guy that represented Chunky Soup. There's no statue of him.
And you're gonna put Sylvester Stallone's fake character. He probably wrote it like he probably wrote Rocky as a movie to take place in New York City, but they were like, it's cheaper to film in
For
Philly.
real.
They
That's
were like,
probably.
"Fine."
I've done no research, but that sounds about right.
Like they were probably it's cheaper to film in Philly. Let's just say it's Philly. Fine, fuck it, it's Philly. And now the city of Philadelphia. It's like at the library or whatever, right? It's like him doing where he runs up the stairs.
Library, some museum. Some place no one goes to. There.
Yeah, unless if you're going to get your photo with Rocky. You're not going to like study culture at the wherever the fuck.
No, they can't walk up all those flights of stairs.
Yeah, too many Philly cheeses. Philly cheese is a great sandwich.
It's a fantastic sandwich. They got Chicky Pete's. My sister's boyfriend's from there, and my sister went to college in the Poconos, so I know a little bit about the.
What's Chicky Pete's?
Chicky Pete's. It's like their, I guess their version of Shake Shack. If you want to say Shake Shack's a New York thing.
That's probably pretty good then, huh?
Yeah, they do Philly cheesesteaks. They do crab fries.
I like that. Okay, I'm
It's like
down
Old Bay
with Chicky.
on fries.
Are you a big Old Bay guy? You seem like an Old Bay guy to me.
I enjoy Old Bay.
Yeah.
Not to the extent the Baltimorean
You don't
enjoys
need
it.
Old Bay.
I don't. Yeah, if I never have it again, that's fine.
Yeah, but it is good on like a waffle fry or something,
Yes.
you know, or like a thicker fry. You know, I wouldn't want it on like a McDonald's cut of a French fry. You know,
It can't absorb all the flavor.
yeah.
You know, you need what's Arby's is a thing in Texas, huh?
I think I ate Arby's once in Texas. It was the first time I got high. And we went to Arby's because we were just all so hungry. And like one of my buddy's older brothers, who was like kind of shepherding us through smoking pot, was like, "I'm just warning you now, it's gonna taste like cardboard." Like he'd been there before high, and it didn't taste very good. So I haven't been back since.
It didn't taste good high.
No, it was bad. I mean,
Wow.
It was like just like a plain roast beef sandwich from Arby's.
I've never been.
It's not very good. I mean, have you seen it now? Like when I was a kid, I went once as a kid and really liked it. I've only been to Arby's like twice, and it's just they just had like hot, cold cut sandwiches. So it's like roast beef sandwiches and shit,
That ain't bad.
which I do like. But like if I'm in New York, I'm just gonna go to a bodega and get that sandwich.
Well, of course. But they got the curly fries.
You get curly fries at some bodegas.
Yeah, but that's frozen, and even though I know Arby's is too.
Yeah.
It's the principle of the thing. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. If you're going to a bodega to get a sandwich, what kind of sandwich are you getting?
What I do is a bodega sandwich. You do hero roll, turkey, provolone, mustard, lettuce, onion, pickles.
No mayo?
No mustard.
You could do both. That's what I do.
Wait, what?
I'll do mayo and mustard on a sandwich. I'm a big mayo guy.
We know. We remember from your previous times on here.
Talk about mayonnaise.
When your dad combined.
Ketchup and mayo. Yeah.
No, the
the peanut butter banana sandwich with mayonnaise. Yeah, my dad saw that clip and he was like, "You have fun making fun of me?" I was like, "No, we're just."
Mr. Ballew, that's not making fun of you. That's disgusting.
He got a kick out of it though. He thought it was very funny.
Yeah, what are you? Yeah, I'm a big mayo guy. We can tell it's in your genes.
And my uncle reached out and he was like, "I'm just reaching out to defend the mayo on the peanut butter and banana sandwich."
What can you defend from that?
I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. But I do like mayonnaise a lot. I do. I'll do like a ketchup mayo thing. Like if I'm getting like chicken tenders or fries, I'll get like a little ketchup mayo situation.
That's just Russian dressing or Thousand Island
Yeah,
dressing.
minus like some of the seasoning and stuff. I like a lot of mayo on a sandwich.
Oh, what's a lot of mayo?
Spread it on both sides. I don't like cake it on where it's like frosting on a cake. You know what I mean? But I'll put like a decent amount on there.
I'm so nervous what a decent amount of mayo means.
Next time I make a sandwich, I'll send it to you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll do mayo. I just think mayo is good. Does it? It doesn't like gross you out though. Are you one of those?
I mean,
people?
the amount you're talking about does.
Would you put mayo on a burger?
Yeah.
And ketchup and mustard, or just the mayo?
Wait, you would put mayo, ketchup, and mustard on a burger?
I wouldn't put mustard on it, but I'd put ketchup and
Yo.
mayo.
What the fuck? But I think that's just Southern
We
culture.
put mayo. We like drown it in mayo. We put mayo on
You're
so much shit.
fucking disgusting. Do you like deviled eggs?
I do like deviled eggs.
I know you do.
I do like deviled eggs. I think they're quite good.
Oh my God. If you went to a restaurant, like a sports bar, and they had deviled eggs on the menu, would you do it?
I would do it if it was like a place where like they were like, you gotta try the deviled eggs. Like
There's no place that says that.
Yeah, you're not going to the right places, dude.
No, I'm going to the right places.
No, I don't think so. I saw a video, like the algorithm of Instagram like gave me a video of someone making deviled eggs. And I watched it. This was today. This was earlier today. I watched it. And I had this thought, which I think you're going to have a thought on. Okay. It's like, I think that's my preferred way to eat an egg is deviled.
Wait, what?
I would go deviled. But I like a hard boiled egg too. I like a hard boiled egg probably over like a runny scrambled egg.
Your favorite version of egg is deviled?
If it's like too raw of like a cooked egg, it kind of grosses me out. So I'm not like that crazy about like eggs. But like hard boiled or like deviled, I'm like, okay, like it's like not runny and shit, you know?
I've never met someone that's had a hard boiled egg and said, you know what this needs? Mayo.
You're not hanging out with the right people.
I'm hanging out with you and your fucking trash Mayo family who's defending banana peanut butter mayo sandwiches.
Hey, I have nothing to do with mayo on a peanut butter sandwich. That's where I draw the fucking line, okay?
I wouldn't be shocked if you went down to the, like, what a house in Texas is made of, and you find out the bricks are actually put together with mayo.
Yeah, like instead of like the concrete that sticks the bricks together, it's like mayo that is just like... Probably smell pretty good.
Smell pretty good?
Kidding.
Yo!
It smelled very bad. But I'll put ketchup and mayo on a burger for sure. If it's like a drier burger, you know, some burgers don't need that much sauce. If it's like a cooked well, like good enough burger, it doesn't need that much sauce.
This is so weird. Mayo with fries?
I'll do it. I'd rather do the ketchup mayo thing, but I'd rather do plain ketchup with fries than just plain mayo. But I like plain mayo with fries.
All right.
Like if you are at a restaurant and they're like, we have aioli, what do you think? Like, what's your thought? You're like, just call it mayonnaise, or are you like, ooh, nice?
I'll play along.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, well, it also depends on the place.
Yeah.
You know, if I went to, I don't know, like Bear Burger. Like, I'm like, I know what you are.
Yeah.
You're, you know, the Bushwick version of Applebee's.
Yeah, because how different is aioli than fucking mayonnaise? Like, what, you put, like, extra garlic in it or something?
Yeah, I think it's just souped up mayo.
Yeah, you just, like, put, like...
It's mayo plus.
Like, fucking hot sauce or something in it?
Yeah, I would say so.
You know what I have been doing at home?
No.
I've been... I make my own sriracha mayo.
That's not that wild.
I thought I was like, this one's gonna go either way.
No, that's yeah. No, what? You said your favorite version of egg is deviled.
It's so good.
You're just playing with house money at this point.
Deviled eggs. If you haven't had one, try one. Go to Heavy Woods in Bushwick. It's like a New Orleans themed, like Cajun restaurant.
You have a deviled egg place?
Well, it's just a good Cajun restaurant, and they have deviled eggs. It's the only place I know of in New York that has deviled eggs.
All right.
Good. And they have pork belly bites that are like fried, like pork belly nuggets.
Okay.
I feel like you could get on board.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, that was good.
If you want good deviled eggs, who could possibly be like, I'm going to New York, but I don't know a place with good deviled eggs.
Someone who grew up on deviled eggs who's lived here for 6 years.
Did you grow up on deviled eggs?
Like, we would have them sometimes. Like, it wasn't like we'd always have them, like, in the fridge or whatever. But, like, if we were going to, like, a big gathering, you know, someone might bring a little plate of deviled eggs or whatever.
Oh.
Easy to make.
Let me ask you a question. I'm so nervous when I'm about to ask.
I can't wait.
How should potato salad be prepared?
I'm not a big potato salad guy.
What?
I don't dislike it, but it's not my favorite thing.
You fucking cover everything in mayo. You don't like the one thing that goes with mayo traditionally?
I like it, but it's not like I seek it out, you know? So I don't have... But, like, what is the answer in your opinion?
I don't know. Like, it's your potato, mayo. You could put a celery in there.
You know what? I like chicken salad a lot.
Okay.
I like tuna salad.
Okay.
I like egg salad.
Yeah, least surprising thing in the world
Egg salad.
is you like egg salad.
Potato salad I like, but I don't like seek it out. Same with macaroni salad. I'm like whatever on it.
Interesting.
Fruit salad, but we don't put mayo in fruit salad.
With your family, I can't tell.
You might throw some marshmallows in there.
Do you put marshmallows in fruit salad?
I've seen it. We wouldn't typically.
Where have you seen marshmallows in fruit salad?
I don't know, like fucking houses that like my grandma's friends and shit in Atlanta.
I think that's just Lucky Charms.
It is at that point. I think like at my grandma on my mom's side, our favorite, like me, her, my brother, what we would. This is still pretty good. I would stand by this as being a good snack now. Is just dipping strawberries in sugar. Just
Okay, that's not.
yeah,
It's trash, but it's not weird.
it's good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, have you had it?
Yeah, I've had it, but heroin's great also.
Yeah, that's true. All right, fair enough. Yeah, it's trashy, but it's good.
It's good. It's good. It's very good.
All right, Thanksgiving, you're having sweet potato casserole. What is in sweet potato casserole for you?
No, I'm happy you brought this up.
Uh-huh.
This is something I talked about with the lady and talked about my high school friends.
Oh, okay, so this has been a point of conversation recently, discussion.
But I don't think the angle you think I'm going to take. Growing up in New York, like New York, Queens, Long Island, Brooklyn, casserole isn't a thing.
Oh, it's a big thing for me.
And apparently in upstate New York and other places, it is also a big thing. I've never seen a casserole.
Okay. Never? What?
I don't know what green bean casserole is.
You've seen a casserole. Come on. Like,
I've done some investigating.
uh-huh.
And apparently a casserole is anything baked in a dish.
Yeah.
So, like I've had ziti.
That's by that I think spiritually ziti's not a casserole, but by definition, sure.
Right.
Like
I would agree with that.
like cobbler by that definition is a casserole, and I wouldn't.
Yeah, okay, good point.
So it's like by definition, like if you took the definition of like a salad, you could argue that fucking anything's a salad if you like took things like.
What's the definition of a salad?
I don't know. This is one thing I did drunk with like Cardi like years ago, like at like a diner after a climate mic. We were like labeling things as salad based on definition. So that's like always the example I think of when it comes, but it was like years ago and it was like 4 a.m.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, but I wouldn't be like, oh, we're having casserole tonight. What kind? Ziti, you know?
Right. Yes. Yes.
So do you have sweet potatoes at Thanksgiving?
Well, it's something that we've done the past 5 to 10 years.
Oh, so it's new.
It's a relatively new thing happening.
How do you feel
Only
about
me and
it?
my mom like it. Basically, my mom just makes sweet potato mash, puts it in a tray, and then adds like clops of brown sugar and bakes it.
Yeah.
Is that what we're
More
talking
or
about?
less, yeah. I mean, you kind of like, have you ever had like a baked sweet potato?
Yes.
Yeah, like with some brown sugar and butter and
And
stuff.
marshmallow I've had it with.
Yeah, marshmallow.
At Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah, that's a Texas Roadhouse thing for sure.
Are you
And-
offended by Texas Roadhouse?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I'm not like I don't think I'm like it's not like it's like, oh, my culture is not your costume or whatever. I don't think I'm like that
Well,
culturally Texas.
Okay,
You know?
well, some people, you know.
But like a lot of our cousins and stuff, they would make their sweet potato casserole and stuff with marshmallows on it, but my parents weren't like big marshmallow people.
Okay.
So we would do it sans marshmallow, but more butter and brown sugar.
Yeah.
It's like and like chopped up like pecans within the brown sugar to give it a little like
I think this is
texture.
all acceptable.
Yeah.
Unless you add mayo to it, which I'm very nervous.
No mayo. All right, so cranberry sauce. What's the cranberry sauce situation?
It's on the table. No one has it.
Is it the jarred stuff, or do you do like
the jarred.
The jarred stuff's the best kind.
Yep.
I think. I'm not a big like. I don't want like to scoop it with a spoon and have like actual cranberries. I want like really processed,
Yeah.
canned.
Sweet. very sugary.
Basically jelly.
Yes.
You know, like cranberry jelly. That's what I want. Put it on a little roll or a biscuit with everything else on my plate.
Sure.
That's cranberry sauce. Yeah, casserole, that's an interesting one. Do you think there's no way Italian people, like people in Italy make ziti and they don't call it a casserole or whatever, right? Like
No, it's a casserole.
casserole. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
There you
they
go.
do that.
No, casseroles are just, I think, a very Midwestern thing.
Yeah, Midwestern, Southern. It's like I think so. Where's your girlfriend from?
Syracuse.
Oh, okay. So that you go 45 minutes north of New York, you're in the South.
Yes.
So that makes sense. Yeah.
And her family's from Ohio, so it all makes sense.
There you go. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. So that makes sense. The Midwest is the South if it got cold.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like basically everywhere that's not a city in the United States is like
the
South.
same.
Like it's all the same, and it all has its own weird like intricacies and stuff, but more or less. I follow this Twitter account called like fucked up regional food or something like
Okay.
that. And they post like just weird foods from like weird small towns in the US. And there's like one that I saw, I couldn't quite get myself to look up all the
I'm waiting for you to say it.
Oh, I thought you were like checking audio, like telling me to hold off.
Oh, no.
yeah. It's called Snickers salad.
Okay.
And I think it was, I don't think it definitely wasn't mayonnaise. It might have been like melted marshmallows and butter, like you're making Rice Krispies treats or something.
Okay.
It was like chopped up Snickers and apples chopped up. Honestly, I bet it's pretty good.
I bet that's fantastic.
Yeah, trashy, but good.
Yeah. No, but that's trashy stuff. It's sometimes the best stuff.
Oh, for sure. Like I saw one today, and then I found myself like reading about it, and it's called a garbage plate. It's from Rochester, New York.
I've
You
had
seem
'em.
familiar with a garbage
I'm
plate.
very familiar
How
with
good
the
is
garbage
it?
plate. It's not that good.
Really? It
Yeah.
looked so good to me.
Yeah, but you got to realize you grew up in Texas where barbecue's good.
Oh, yeah.
Rochester, it's...
So what was on your garbage plate? So garbage plate is like a hodgepodge of just like a bunch of shit on the plate.
It's for drunk people. It's like
Yeah.
sausage, ground beef, French fries, and toast.
Okay, so it's
And then you
almost
put
like
hot sauce over it.
it's almost like you're stacking like an English breakfast on itself. And
Yes, that's a very good way to put it.
yeah.
It's like a white trash English breakfast.
English breakfast is a great plate of breakfast.
I've never had. I've seen.
Oh.
I've never had, though.
They do. Do you know what black pudding is?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that thing. And black pudding's one of those things where it's like, I've had it a couple of times, and every time I'm like putting it on stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I love blood sausage, you know, like, but do I think not really,
No.
you know, because that's what it is. It's like just grains and blood from fucking animals.
Yeah, that's fucking English.
Yeah, it's the classic like poor people thing, you know, where it's just like historic. They're like, well, we can't waste the blood, you know,
Right.
like we're starving.
You get why they colonized so many people. They would fucking go to India and be like, you don't get it. We eat blood sausage.
Yeah.
I gotta take you over. I need your spices.
I saw this video on Instagram. It was a commercial for something. But it was like this like Asian woman in like an Asian village. She was like, she scooped like algae from the top of like a lake and like cooked it up and like ate it with like chopsticks and threw some other stuff in there. I'm like, okay, now that's making sure nothing goes to waste. Like that's that. I don't know if I could eat that.
You just watch Poverty.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, and she cooked it up in a way where I'm like, if I was going to eat it, I would want it the way she made it.
Well, yeah. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's another way.
Yeah. Like, I was like, she made that look about as good as anyone can make that look.
Yeah,
But
I don't think there's anyone else in the world that saw that and was like, oh, well, what I usually do is...
because they don't have access to the internet.
It's true. Yeah, they're from 2,000 years ago.
Is there like a weird regional kind of thing from where you're from on Long Island, like food wise?
No, because we're from the center of culture. I think that's what people forget.
Yeah, Farmingdale. I forget about that.
Farmingdale. What are you talking about?
What part of Long Island are you from?
Syosset, baby.
Syosset, of course.
Judd Apatow.
Oh, yeah.
Adina Menzel. Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
We got a lot of famous Jews.
Wow, and Rich Apple. Not Jewish.
I got more YouTube subscribers than Natalie Portman. 306.
Yeah. It was Natalie Portman's like, well, I have a YouTube.
Yeah.
So what? Like nothing trickles in from New York, and it's just far enough away that like makes it like weird or whatever.
Well, I think from like what weird food is, it's whatever culture was less relevant in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So like Indian food to my parents is they're like, what? Lamb sag?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Dude, my parents just recently had Indian food for the first time like 2 or 3 years ago.
It's great.
It's so good, and they love it, but every time they do like eat it, they're so like proud of themselves. Like my mom's like, I love curry. I'm like, yeah,
all
so
right.
does fucking everybody. It's
Yeah,
so good, you know.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Like sushi, like my mom sees sushi and she's like, how can you eat that stuff?
Really?
Yeah. But that's how it works in New York.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I remember the first time we had sushi as a family.
But like, wait, tap on that. I was gonna say like the casserole thing. Like to us, that's weird. We have everything in the world at our exposure where casseroles aren't a thing.
Yeah, casseroles were huge. Like we'd make casserole and then we'd have leftovers the next night for dinner again.
I don't even know.
I just put it in the fridge, microwave it up.
No, like you just like meatloaf. I know what meatloaf is.
Meatloaf is probably considered a casserole by definition.
I don't know because you don't have more than one thing going on.
It was actually. How do you feel about meatloaf?
I love it,
It's
but
good.
I'm garbage.
Yeah, I was gonna make it next week for just to have around the house for like lunch.
That's a tough look.
I know. I knew you were gonna.
I think you had to file that on your taxes.
Made meatloaf. I bought a pan for it. I bought like a loaf pan so I could make meatloaf.
Oh my god,
dude, meatloaf. Man, I loved meatloaf when I was a kid.
meatloaf's fantastic.
You make a sandwich on it the next day. I had meatloaf when I was in the Pacific Northwest. That's just what made me want to do it. I got it at a restaurant.
Meatloaf. Here's the thing. I did it over the summer. Meatloaf at a restaurant is a-okay.
It was good. It was like my parents aren't members at this country club. But there's a country club near them that they've always been like the food there's so good. So we went and I saw the meatloaf and I was like, fuck, I didn't have meatloaf forever. My dad's like, get the meatloaf, and I did. And I was glad I got the meatloaf.
You got meatloaf at a country club?
Yeah. And then the next day,
I think you were just at a nice diner.
More or less. It was like kind of like done up meatloaf, though. You know, it was
Had a tie on?
Yeah, had a tie on it. You know, like they like sprayed the ketchup on it like it was a cologne.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the next day, I made meatloaf sandwich for lunch for leftovers.
Meatloaf sandwich is a tough look.
Yeah, dude, put a little cheese on that bitch. Dude. Guess what? Mayonnaise as well.
Have you been poor but wanted to feel poorer? Meatloaf sandwich.
It's like in like the Kendrick Lamar song, like the syrup sandwiches. Like yeah. Have you ever? I made that once in college because when that song came out, I was like, "What is a syrup sandwich?" I looked it up and it was like, "Syrup sandwiches sound good."
You had to look up what a syrup sandwich was?
Well, I figured more or less, but I didn't know like what exactly it was. Like you put sugar on. It's basically like French toast that you just kind of make. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It is not French toast, but it was pretty good.
No, French toast is all right, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, so what were you curious about the sushi thing?
Curious. Oh, you and your family going out first time for sushi.
Yeah, well, my parents love sushi now. Like sushi, they don't like kind of act around sushi like they do like Indian food, where they're like, look at us being like.
It lost its once it went into the gas station.
Yeah,
it lost its
not
luster.
Like a novel thing anymore.
Right.
I got Thai food with my parents. Not this most recent time I was in Oregon, but the time before that. And they're just so proud of themselves. My dad got like the barbecue chicken because he was like, I know this.
Listen, that's good. Listen, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, no, they're doing it. And Thai food's one of the best. I think it's probably like, to me, like Thai food seems like very kind of like that's like baby steps into like Asian food a little bit.
It taste wise, I agree, but conceptually, because people don't know Thailand.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point too. And that's part of the New York thing that like you kind of forget when you live in New York. It's like, yeah, I could order from 15 Thai restaurants at any given time and have them come to my apartment. But my parents, they have to drive like an hour away to like go to like the closest Thai restaurant. So it's like to them that's like a thing, you know?
That's fine.
Yeah, and so it makes sense.
Makes
but like
sense.
New York, like you were saying, we have fucking everything. I can get like Ethiopian food or fucking whatever. Like
Ethiopian food's all right.
Is it? I've never had it.
Ooh, used to go with Neil Rubenstein and Jeff Greenspan.
Oh, what a crew.
Couple Jews.
What would you get? What was
I can't even tell you.
Probably best you don't try and pronounce it.
I couldn't. Well, I wouldn't even know what the words were.
What kind of meat? Was it like oxtail or something?
No, we would get goat.
Okay.
Is usually what they had there. But Neil Rubenstein somehow knew all the Ethiopian words to use for, because it's like a spongy bread and it's different veggies.
Oh, and you just eat it with your. Oh, that's fun.
And you eat it with your hand, but he knew like all the verbiage, so we just let him order.
Oh, that's the best. Have you ever been that person for a group of people at a restaurant where you're just like, I'm the captain now. I'm going to like, just let me do this. Just let me do the ordering.
Well, I do it sometimes for my girlfriend if you go to a place, because she grew up in a place with kind of no culture.
Yeah, Syracuse.
So where we went to, there's a Mexican place right over here for brunch, and she wanted the huevos rancheros, but she can't say that.
Well, how was she saying it?
So she was like, how do I say this? I was like, huevos rancheros, and she was like,
pass.
all right. So the guy walked over, and he's like, what would you like? And she said, I'll have the huevos, please. And he just stared at her, and she was like, I was like, huevos rancheros.
And he was like, okay, gotcha.
She was like, why didn't he understand when I said huevos? I was like, because everything here to him's huevos.
Yeah.
That means eggs.
Yeah. That's so good. Yeah. Mexican food is an underrated breakfast thing.
Ooh.
Mexican breakfast is good.
But what I will say is going to Austin, Texas, breakfast tacos, overrated.
I was nodding like, fuck yeah, dude. They're good. I think they're great.
I was never so underwhelmed of something being hyped than Austin tacos.
Well, it was probably so built up by people to you that it would be impossible for it to live up.
It was great. They were great. I think I could find comparable ones here.
Yeah, I think like if you want like the Mexican food you go get in Texas that you can't get here is Tex-Mex. It's not even like, because you could get like authentic Mexican food here. That's great. But what you can't get is like Tex-Mex.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
There's one spot that I know of that has good Tex-Mex now. And it's really good, but it's still not quite the same.
How are their deviled eggs?
They don't have them, unfortunately.
No.
Oh, dude. Usually in Texas, we go to this place called Anamia's. What we would do is you'd get a side of deviled eggs and a bowl of queso.
I'm sorry, did you just say a side of deviled eggs?
Yeah, and a bowl of queso, and you would dip it in the queso.
You dipped the deviled eggs in queso?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, no, that's wild.
I figured you would react to that.
I mean, listen, Texas having a side of deviled eggs is not surprising.
No, I mean, you'd have to go to not at a Mexican restaurant.
No,
you know.
of course not.
Yeah, but like Tex-Mex, like the queso, fajitas, and that kind of stuff, you're not getting that here. But you can get really good Mexican food. Like if I just want tacos, like I'd probably rather have tacos here than in Texas.
Oh, interesting.
But like but to me, I didn't realize Tex-Mex wasn't real Mexican food till I moved to New York.
I know you went to a Mexican restaurant.
And I was like, oh, this is different. And then like I had to like recalibrate my definition of what Mexican food is.
Okay.
And then now I'd rather, if I had to pick one, Tex-Mex, it's nostalgic, whatever, I love it. But like, I've had some of the best tacos I've ever had, like in Bushwick.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah. Like, there's a place that does like birria tacos.
Yep.
There's like a truck in East Williamsburg, and then there's a place called Nene's Taqueria in Bushwick. They have one in Park Slope now. Is fucking out of this world.
All right, the whites have to be in if it's in Park Slope.
Yeah. I mean, it like got like Vice did a video on it, so it like
Okay.
kind of blew up after like Vice did a thing on it.
It's, I think on average, you could get a great taco in Texas compared to New York. The thing with New York is you might be able to get the same quality taco if you're willing to potentially get stabbed.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like Texas, everything's within like a stone's throw. Like you could, if you throw a baseball that far, you could get like good barbecue or good, like some of the best barbecue I've ever had is at a place in New York.
Oh, interesting.
It's called Hometown Barbecue.
Yeah, I've heard.
There's also a great one in Queens called John Brown Smokehouse.
I've heard that as well.
But that's like
it's
more
Long
like
Island
a Kansas
City, right?
Yeah, Long Island City. It's kind of more like a Kansas City type.
Yeah.
But Hometown Barbecue, this guy, I don't know his name. He was like a chef in New York. And then he like went to Austin and then like fell in love with barbecue and then like moved to Texas for a while and like apprenticed and like learned from like the great like pit masters in like Texas Hill Country and then moved to New York and opened this place and does like traditional Texas barbecue, but then will also do like New York-y stuff. So he'll do like pastrami bacon with like a in like the smoker and cook it like it's barbecue, and it's fucking amazing.
Okay.
But it's all the way in Red Hook. That's the thing. You have to go to fucking Red Hook to get it, which from here is probably not that bad.
No, you just take the ferry.
Yeah,
It's not
ferry's
that
nice
bad.
too.
It was. I went to Terry Black's.
Oh yeah,
That was great. That's probably the best meal I ever had.
What'd
was
you have?
Terry Black's. Pork rib,
Oh nice.
brisket, and then turkey. The lady wanted turkey.
I'm a big turkey guy,
I
dude.
would have went sausage, but that's me.
Hey, turkey's still pretty good though.
But I go there, I'm ordering, and the guy who's cutting up everything, he's like, "Oh, are you into comedy?"
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah. He's like,
Fuck,
I'm a stand-up here in Austin. I know I have a lot of, like, I'm a big comedy guy.
Oh god.
It's like, what do you know about comedy? And I was like, I'm not having this conversation.
You did the right thing.
Yeah.
I was at a lunch for my work. We did like, there were like 4 of us in New York. So we did, instead of a Christmas party, we went to like a bar for
Fun.
lunch. And it was much preferred. It was during the workday, whatever. And they started talking about stand-up comedy. And I just sat there and like bit my tongue. I was like, who? Bill Burr? I'll have to look him up. You know, like I'm like, I can't give, I've made it 6 months without them knowing. You know, I can't.
Oh, they don't know yet?
One of my coworkers does, but he's like my contemporary. We got hired on the same day. And
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
But like none of the managers or anything like that, no.
Okay, that's good.
Unless if they've looked me up without telling me. But they don't
Probably
seem
not.
like they care.
No.
You know,
Which is
I
great.
appreciate.
Yeah,
That's what I
that's
want. I want them to be like, I don't care what he does in his life.
Perfect.
You know, that like they don't give a fuck about, they like me and stuff, but they're like, we're fucking adults. You know, it's not like a tech startup where it's like started by like a 29-year-old dude. It's like a tech startup and all the founders are like in their 50s and have been in tech since like tech became a thing. So it's like, okay, these guys aren't in it for like the ego trip of like, so I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna look me up. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, thank you. I don't look them up either. You know?
It's mutual.
Yeah. It's mutual.
It's a mutual, I don't care enough.
I respect them, but I don't care what they do in their life.
That's
You know?
the dream.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's the perfect relationship.
It's really nice.
It's fun working with you. I don't care what you do out of here. You don't care about me.
Yeah, we'll like be like, what do you guys got going on this weekend? We'll talk about sports a little bit and stuff, but then we like there's not a ton of like the like pleasantries around like the like, oh yeah, how was your weekend? It's kind of like we work for a startup, we have shit to do. Let's
Right.
just get our shit done and go home.
Perfect.
And I'm like, that's the dream. I don't have to like play the game.
I didn't know you worked for a startup.
Yeah.
That's a new thing?
I started in like the first time I did your podcast, I think it was on like a Friday in the summer. I started that Monday.
Oh, okay, nice.
So
You were
like,
a Yelp guy, I remember that.
oh, dude, yeah. I remember you said you like knew people who worked there or
Before
something.
you.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
years ago, they just lure people in. You know, it's like,
gotta start somewhere.
what did your friends think of it?
The worst thing they ever did.
It was the worst experience of my
Yeah,
life. I started therapy and meditation because I was so depressed by my day job.
And both got great reviews.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. Yeah, I'll Yelp review meditation right now.
All right, we did it.
All right, cool. That was fun.
You got anything to plug?
I'm sorry we didn't get into mega churches. I know we talked about doing that last time I was on.
Oh,
this
yeah.
XM.
Well, we'll get to it
We'll
eventually.
do the mega church thing eventually. This was an interesting one because I got to ask you questions more this time rather than telling you about Texas. I was like, let me learn a little bit about like your perspective on casseroles and stuff.
And yeah, you love deviled eggs.
I do love deviled eggs. I'm Bo Ballew. You can follow me on Instagram and all that stuff at Bo Ballew. If you ever want deviled eggs, try them. Let Rich know what you think. They're good.
Yeah, call us. Leave a comment.
Yeah, let us know.
That's what people say to do. All right, folks.